Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another casting adventure here. Today we have an epic solo queue battle, courtesy of one of my friends, Gin and Juice. He's playing Vayne, and this is just one of his solo queue games that we're going to be casting today, and we're going to see who's victorious and who's the best team in this silver solo queue game. So, without further ado, introducing the players. Well, League of Jacoby on the Lux throws out that light binding there. So yeah, League of Jacoby on the Lux, Gin and Juice on the Vayne. KR Kiefer, I'm just gonna be calling him Kiefer, on the Vladimir. Coin Emperor Tom on the Yasuo Jungle. Interesting. And Pirate Girl on the Gangplank. That's a fitting name. And then on red side, we have White Lely on the Jace in the top lane. Zero Cola Uvo on the Jax jungle. Bread King on the Kassadin mid lane. Super Biller on the Varus with Silver on the Alistar in the bottom lane. So, both teams just kind of starting off here, getting everything warded up, going for the leashes. Both junglers going to start on the bottom side of the map, having their bottom laners leash. That's actually the Gangplank mid. Let me swap that for you guys there. Gangplank mid, definitely interesting. Along with the Vladimir in the top lane. So, in terms of items, got pretty standard starting stuff. Starting items here, as you can see, Gin and Juice actually goes for the Doran Shield, trying to, get that health regen back up from the poke that's going to come out from this Varus here. And League of Jacoby actually getting the Doran's Ring as well. So trying to just maximize the damage to compensate for Vayne's lack of early game damage, especially when you're not taking that Doran's Blade. Double corrupting potion in the mid lane. That's pretty much standard for those two mid laners. Kassadin obviously has a very, very weak early game, along with Gangplank. The Gangplank's actually harassing the crap out of this guy. I think this lane swap was actually proposed by Blue Team probably during Champ Select, because, and as you can see, going for the first blood, flash him with the Ignite. Pirate Girl picking that up. As I was saying, Kassadin has a very weak early game, and it's definitely much stronger against these magic damage mages that you normally find in the mid lane. But I think Blue Team actually went for a lane swap there, so that the Pirate Girl could have the favorited matchup here against the Kassadin, because if Kassadin is able to, start snowballing, that just becomes a very big problem for a team to deal with, because, Kassadin can just pretty much, rift walk into your AD carry, one-shot him, and then just rift walk back out like nothing happened. He's pretty insane when he's fed. So it's definitely good that the Blue Team already has started off on the right foot against him. And Pirate Girl continuing to be able to zone out here. Yasuo, Coin Emperor Tom, trying to see for a gank up in the top lane, but isn't going to find anything, going to get pinged away, but does manage to pick up the Rift Scuttle Crab, so both teams picking up one Scuttle Crab, keeping the jungle XP about even right now. The Jax is up about 2 CS, but it's no big deal. Pretty much just one camp difference. Going for the trade here, gonna knock him away, jumping back in. It's gonna be about an even trade for both those top laners. Recent Singularity poking out the Varus, throwing out those light bitings, trying to get the snare onto someone here, but not able to connect it. Red King basically just only able to CS with his Q, giving him a magic damage shield that is pretty much useless against the Gangplank, being entirely physical damage based. He's in a very tough spot, especially against Kleptomancy Gangplank, which, Klepto's always a fun keystone to see, because you can get all sorts of goodies throughout the laning phase, like wards. As you see, he has a vision ward, which you can't actually even get in the game through any other means anymore. You can't buy vision wards. So that's actually very useful for, you know, making sure they can track the enemy jacks better. As Silver goes in for the knockup here. Gin and Juice getting the harass out. Ignite going to be popped onto Silver, but Zero Cola is sitting in the bush. He might be going in for a gank here. We give Jacoby steps up too far. The flash headbutt pulverize gonna take out Gin and Juice, flashing away with the heal, but it's just not enough. Super Bill is gonna take up the kill as he just gets the auto attacks through. Zero Cola picks up the second on to League of Jacoby. So, already off the bat, Super Biller and Silver doing pretty good in this bot lane, and of course the Jax has a kill as well, which is going to be very scary. Both teams actually have some very, very scary late game champions on the side of red and blue, as Zero Cola goes in for the going in here, popping the counter strike, just not getting really anything. The ult coming out, going to pick up Red King, but Zero Cola is going to finish him off there. Decent turnaround from Pirate Girl here, managing to pick up at least one kill out of that situation, but Zero Cola is gonna start being very scary. A fed Jax is honestly something you never want to see in your game, especially this early. And on a jungle Jax, he's basically able to just farm up without really any much contention. I mean, Yasuo, there's no way this Yasuo is gonna be able to duel him, especially this early in the game when he has all he has is a Warhammer, because he's going Warrior on the Yasuo, which is interesting. Obviously, Yasuo isn't really a very meta jungle. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Coin Emperor Tom makes this pick work, if even he can get it to work in his team, you know, for their favor here. Not really any knockups on blue side either to get those Yasuo last breath ultimates off of. As we can see here though, Zero Cola waiting in the bush, trying to see if he can get Kiefer to go in here, popping the counter strike. Kiefer gets out while also holding on to his flash. Very well done. White Lely actually blew his flash up on that Jace to try and make some more damage come through. So actually very good for Kiefer on the top side, managing to get the enemy Jace's summoners out without really losing anything. He didn't even use his ultimate. So very well done. Obviously that phase rush keystone is very good. And look at that damage. Red King is just getting the crap beat out of him. Fight going on in top lane here, going into the blood pool here as Jin and Juice kiting back, gonna get stunned up. Going into the autos here. Super Biller uses his cutlass to get some extra damage here, but both of the laners are gonna back out as Zero Cola goes in for a kill, eating the orange to get out of that stun, forcing Zero Cola to run away. He can't continue that fight. This gangplank is just a little too strong right now. Stepping up pretty far. Look at that gun damage. Just one little bullet, kapow! And just chunking Zero and Bread King with a bunch of damage. Super Bill are going to channel the Piercing Arrow. Actually, it was a bait here. Flashing in with the Hemo Plague. Gonna get the Transfusion in as well. Will it be enough damage with the Ignite proc? It's going to be close, but White Lily barely survives. Riftwalk going in for that little extra damage here. Trying to make something happen with the Force Pulse, but it's really not going to do much. So, on this Kassadin, only 18 CS, down a extreme amount this early in the game here. 67 on the Gangplank to 18. Only has a tier and a Dark Seal to his name. This Kassadin is definitely having a very rough game. 0-2. But hopefully he can turn it around if this game goes on long enough for his team. Going in for the Rift off here, trying to make a trade happen as Zero Cola comes in. Popping his counter strike a little too early, I might say. The Condemned coming out, gonna stun up Silver. Chain of Corruption going to root Deluxe. Gets the final spark, but does not hit Silver. Gin and Juice forced to back away as Super Biller was just pumping out damage that entire exchange, able to take down League of Jacoby in the process. 500 gold bounty on this Varus. Definitely very scary. Going into the Rift off here. But Pirate Girl just gonna straight up turn him around. Gets the barrel explosion, gonna kill him. Coin Ripper making his first gank of the game. Jin and Juice gonna pick up the kill. Yasuo jungle, I guess is a success, maybe. I won't speak too soon. It's definitely, it's not the worst. He's not feeding, at least. It's just not doing too much. Anyway, back up in top lane. We're jumping around. Spectators just kind of taking us on a journey here. Kiefer throwing out the transfusion just for a little bit of poke damage. Shock Blast gonna pick up some CS. And Zero Cola takes his blue buff. In terms of other items here, you see that Kiefer has lots of books in his inventory, pretty much applying to be a librarian at this point with the Fiendish Codex, 2 Amplifying Tomes. Going in for the pull here, trying to get the damage. Gonna get knocked away with the Airy proc as well. Using Arrow. Empowered Shock Blast. Chunking him fairly well. Kiefer might want to back here, but then again, Vladimir has some insane sustain. He also picked up that Dark Seal for the extra potion healing. So he'll actually probably be able to stay pretty healthy. He still has 1 charge left on that refillable potion as well. Right there has actually just been shoving and keeping this whole game, so he definitely is actually very far ahead in gold in terms of all his money that he's got. But Coin for a Tom goes in for a gank here. Does not go down. Kiefer, that was fairly close. Flash, lead strike. The stopwatch going to be popped here. Bread King probably going to pick up the kill. Oh my gosh! Pirate Girl turning it around, almost picking up the double kill. Throwing down the cannon barrage at the very end to almost pick up Zero Cola with the tower shot as well. Coin for a Tom going in for the flash, going to wait out the counter strike. Goes for the Chilling Smite, gets the dash, and is just going to walk out. Taking a lot of turret damage, but he'll be okay. So, as I was saying, despite the Jace actually going down there, he definitely is still up a lot of gold on, well, it might not be as much anymore with that assist going over, but he has about 20 or so CS above this Vladimir, as well as 1 turret plate to his name, as the Vlad has no turret plates. As you can see, it's still sitting at 5 up in the top lane over there. Throwing out the poke, meanwhile down in the bot lane here, Jin and Juice has picked up the BF sword, probably going for an Infinity Edge, which is definitely an interesting pickup. Not something you usually see on Vayne, even after the buff crit item changes. But meanwhile, Bread and King going for the roam here, gonna miss the Chain of Corruption. Flash up from Legion Kobe, piercing arrow, gonna get stunned up, and he's gonna go down over to the side of Red. Going in for the jump here. Lots of damage coming out. The Empowered Transfusion going to do massive damage. It's going to just sidestep that Shock Blast. Super Biller and Silver picking up lots of gold from these turret plays in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Pirate Girl is kind of just ignoring Bread King as he takes his turret. So many plates going down here. Pirate King can just ignore him. He does no damage. Bread King is going to be forced to walk away, as you can just watch as Pirate Girl picks up a fat 610 gold, getting the first blood turret and all 5 plates as well. Super Biller and the bot lane getting a lot of plates in addition. Gonna get stunned up by the Condemn here. Coin it for Tom, gonna help take out that kill. 500 gold bounty going over. These barrels gonna do lots of damage, gonna pop Silver. As the blue team groups up in a team of 4 down here to get this bottom lane turret. As Pirate Girl and Coin for Tom set their sights on the Infernal Drake, not knowing that Zero Cola is sitting right over that wall. Looks like he definitely knows they're starting it. He might be planning on making a steal happen here. We're going to see, as actually looks like he's going to recall. Spectator going to show us auto attack on the turret. As blue team go ahead and take that dragon without any contention. We'll flash in with the hammer. Going into the melee range here, forcing Kiefer's flash out of him. 2 flashes traded. I wouldn't really say that's very worth unless Whitewell can find some kind of play to happen here. Maybe an empowered shock blast engage. But yeah, it's just going to back out. Probably go recall back to base. Keeper going to pick up that CS. Still trying to keep himself in this game. Pirate Girl going to pick up the blue buff for himself. Definitely a very valuable pickup on Gangplank with that CDR and that mana regen. Always making sure you have tons of barrels to throw out. Oh, going in for an engage here. Zero Cola comes in with the counter-strike. The cannon barrage going to come down from that helicopter, but isn't going to be enough to save him. I think Pirate Girl actually should have just saved that ultimate for a later team fight. It does actually have a very long cooldown, as it is a very strong, global ability. But he chooses to use it, and he's going to have to deal with the consequences of that. Ooh, that barrel combo, chunking out Bread King, very well executed. But does he see that the bottom lane is coming in for a gank here? Gonna walk right into this Alistar. Gonna get the headbutt and the pulverized piercing arrow. Gonna miss. Gonna have to use the Chain of Corruption to take him out here. Flash away from Pirate Girl. Gonna get out safe. If Super Biller manages to hit those abilities, Pirate Girl would have certainly been dead there. But he does with the hail of arrows and the piercing arrow. So, really misplay going through there. Red King going in with the Rift Walk here. But Gin and Juice is a little bit out of position. You're going to condemn away the Alistar right into the hands of Pirate Girl. Going to go down. Meanwhile, Whitewell is going to take down Coin Emperor Tom as Keeper continues to chase her with the Proto Belt, the Transfusion, damage coming through. Whitewell is going to go down. But during that fight, Brick King actually manages to pick up his 4th kill. Actually, I haven't even realized he's been picking up these kills left and right, trying to pull himself back into this game. He still actually really hasn't built any damage items yet. Going for the tier, and he has a, I believe that's called a Catalyst, right? Catalyst of Aeons, yeah. Forgot the item name. But, yeah, that item definitely, interesting build choices from Bread King. I know, Rod of Ages and tier are obviously pickups you want to get, but when it's 17 minutes in and you still don't even have the second half of your Rod in that blasting wand, I would definitely probably suggest going for something a little bit different here. I don't know if Red Team has enough time in this game left. Jericho going to go into the re-engage here. Coin Emperor Tom for it to flash out. Pirate Girl continues to chase, going to take down Red King. Going a little bit overextended there. They did not know that the rest of Flash Pulverize is going to take out Coin Emperor Tom. Silver going in huge here, but he may be a little bit caught out here. Going to use the exhaust on Gin and Juice. Going to try and sidestep the condemn, but he is just going to go down here in the middle of 2 people. But Super Biller now caught out. Going to get slowed by the barrel. Chain of Corruption, flash away. It doesn't matter. The pop. Going to get glocked by Gangplank's. It's not a Glock, but it's a pirate gun. Yeah. Cool pirate gun. Gin and Juice gonna get the condemn on a Zero Cola, smelling him against the wall. Zero Cola gonna run away, knowing that League of Jacoby is right there. Can't really have any chance of a re-engage, and he's gonna get popped. Red King going in with the Rift Walk here. Might not suggest going into 3 people. Gonna use the just walk away from that light binding. Be alright. One thing I do want to point out here is that Bread King actually has the Dark Harvest Keystone, which is going to allow him to probably pop those switches a little better. But meanwhile on the top lane, Keeper going in, trading left and right. It's very close, but he's going to manage to pick up that kill with the Transfusion to finish off Whitewell. Piercing Arrow doing some poke, clearing some waves. Barrel is going to come out here, not going to hit Super Biller. Getting the poke. Screws up the headbutt, pulverize, almost gets condemned. The cannon barrage coming through. Tankiness coming through the Alistar ultimate. Pirate Girl gonna get caught out here a little bit stuck in the middle, but Gin and Juice turning it around. Bread King going in with the Rift Walk. Uses the silence, but does not get himself out with the Rift Walk. Gonna get hit up by that barrel combo. Blue team just continuing to push down this mid lane. Gonna get taken out by that Empower Shock Blast. Very well landed by Whitelel. Poke coming through. I think Blue Team might want to start turning around now. I think they've overstayed their welcome a little bit. But Coinipper Tom thinks he can go for this 1v2 here. Zero Cola gonna go in. Gonna get cleansed by that orange. The stun doesn't matter. He's gonna get killed here. Out the light binding, gonna hit that double knockup. Does not go in for the last breath, knowing that his team is not really there in a position to help him follow up with that. Pirate Girl, meanwhile, making use of that side lane pressure and gonna split push this top turret. But he's about to get collapsed on by 3 people. He might want to go out. Gonna get chunked out by that Empowered Shock Blast. The double knockup from the Headbutt Pulverize. Gonna get stunned by the trample from the Alistar. Gonna get the slow from the barrel and the movement speed up. He's actually gonna make it out of this alive. I almost spoke too soon, but he does dodge that Shock Blast. Super Biller gonna throw out the Chain of Corruption to slow down the blue team as they go in. The Cannon Barrage coming down, doing some decent damage here. Emo Plague coming through. Lots of damage with the whole like blood blast explosion. Big damage. Triple kill for this Vladimir, coming in huge. Didn't Juice meanwhile getting harassed by Bread King, but he makes a turnaround. But actually, with that Dark Harvest that I mentioned earlier, he's able to go back in with another Rift Walk and burst down Jin and Juice. Kiefer going in, Emo Plague coming through, gonna pick up that last kill. Quadra kill for Kiefer, getting that ace for himself. Doesn't look like there's much hope left for Red Team here. As you can see, 4 members down at 21 minutes. Only 1 turret taken by them. Meanwhile, the blue team just picks up their 8th turret. Gonna actually back off from that inhibitor though. Gonna choose to probably reset, buy some items, because they're probably sitting on a lot of gold considering they're almost 10,000 gold above the Red Team. Or they could just be cheeky in these bushes here, but it looks like Pirate Girl is actually going to recall here. As his Cannon Barrage is actually almost off cooldown again. He might actually be sitting on a fat 40 CDR, considering he's got that Yomu's and the here we can see it. Here we can see it. Cooldown reduction 42%, above 40 actually, with those rune optimizations there. Gonna chunk out Whitelel with those barrels. Lethality Gangplank gonna do tons of damage. The next thing he needs is just like an Infinity Edge to just completely dominate the enemy team here. He's still sitting on the broken stopwatch. I probably would have sold it by this point. Oh, good steal by Bread King on that Rift Scuttle. Gonna give him a little bit of vision so they'll know, for the time being at least, if Blue Team tries to get a Baron started up here. But I don't think that's really their plan. I feel like they don't really even need Baron to win at this point because their team fighting is just so much stronger, especially with this Vladimir. Meanwhile, here, speaking of Vladimir, gonna take out Whitelel here. Whitelelly. As Blue Team charges down the mid lane here. Coinipper Tongue going in for the dashes here. Gonna miss the Steel Tempest. Silver gonna walk away through the base gate. But this may be the final push here. Minion wave coming in for Blue Team. Gonna take down this inhibitor for sure, and they might set their sights. On the one in the top lane, or just go straight for the Nexus turrets. If Red Team doesn't even try and stop them here, gonna get hit by the light binding, doing lots of damage. Pulverize coming in, Bread King coming up huge. Jin and Juice getting stunned up here, trying to do his best to kite around with the invisibility provided by his ultimate. Red Team picks up 2 kills here. Powered Shock Blast gonna chunk out Corner for Tom. Gonna get stunned up. But meanwhile, Keeper's going into 4 people. Hemo Plague giving him a massive regen and health. Triple kill going over to this Jax. It's not enough from that Vladimir. However, Pirate Girl trying to make something happen here. The last one alive for his team. But Blue Team did manage to pick up 2 inhibitors there, so they still have lots of pressure. The heat is not off for Red side, as Pirate Girl is going to go ahead and recall and spend his booty. definitely a very much needed victory on the fight for red side here, keeping them in the game. If they lost that fight, they certainly would have lost the game. So it really was a do or die moment here. But blue team just going to keep the pressure going as if nothing happened. Really, the red team is not able to get any mana trees. You know, the flash pulverize going in, going to stun up Jin and Juice, going to heal and back out. Shock blast doing lots of damage. Chain of corruption does not connect. Kiefer has joined the fight though, so red team's going to have to back away. And the blue team, with their 5-man squad, are going to head it down the mid lane. The cannon barrage is sent out. Gonna get this minion wave cleared onto these Nexus turrets. Blue team just gonna go ahead and straight up start taking them down. Red team is going to have to answer here, or they will lose the game. White Whale going and getting it chunked by 600 damage crit from the Gangplank with his Infinity Edge. Kiefer, meanwhile, takes out Super Filler, but Brett goes in, tries to take out the Vayne, and is successful, but loses his life for it. Pirate Girl is legendary here, coming up strong as they continue to push down the base. Last Nexus turret going down. White Whale trying to make something happen here with the transfusion coming in. Zero Cola goes in for the stun. Gonna get the Yasuo. Gonna try and make what he can happen, but nothing's gonna happen on the side of happening. I don't even know what I'm saying. Meanwhile, Silver gonna get chunked out. His ultimate just gonna basically give him lots of health there. Actually does not die. Yasuo getting stuck from the base laser, but blue team, in the end, takes down that Nexus. Pretty crazy fight there at the end, but that's going to be the end of this cast. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Gin and Juice, for your replay that I stole, and I hope you all enjoy.